what next for the CEO? The CEO is effectively moving from the role of lead guitar and songwriter in this band that you formed to become sound engineer, stage and tour manager, a different role. Just as critical, of course, but a different role. And it's a transition more than a fixed timeline. We're moving from an organization defined by the CEO's own selling efforts to one where the CEO is the sponsor of a developing sales culture. And it's probably more to do with evidence and confidence than it is to do with numbers. But you can imagine here the journey that I've put on screen. And again, I have no doubt that if we were in a room together with a whiteboard, we could expand this list. But the journey looks like onboarding the candidate, CEO still involved in selling and closing, but transitioning the sales effort, taking on board now some performance management, and importantly, aligning the business functions to this sales activity, inbound and outbound. That is super important. It is a team effort. You're simply adding a new ingredient to increase the velocity of engagement with the market. The CEO, meanwhile, is going to become more of an active ambassador, existing customers, new customers, partners, is going to sponsor customer success around the organization, and will be taking on more new initiatives. This is a growing business. We have momentum. And driving through then to this sales culture where in time you'll be adding the next layer of salespeople. So we've talked through some of the when, why, and how of adding salespeople to an early stage business and that transition in the role for the CEO. The upside of doing this well is significant. But while the messages are straightforward, we can see that the reality is nuanced and that complexity is hidden in there that needs to be thought through with some degree of rigor to avoid the pitfalls that I'm sure we've all experienced in the past.